What's up YouTube, it's AJ Watt back to you guys from the figure unboxing review, this time of the SH Figuarts Spider-Man Homecoming figure with the Tamashii Nation's optical act wall. So I picked this up at my local comic book store for around $100, so not that bad. Comes with tons of accessories. I heard the figure is really good, but I heard the Mayfix is better. So I'm just waiting for the Mayfix to come out at my comic book store. But as you guys can see, we get some pretty cool packaging with this Spider-Man Homecoming Figuarts figure. You have the figure posed up right over here. And on the top, you really don't get anything. It just says Spider-Man Homecoming SH Figuarts. And then on the back, that's when it gets super cool. So you can have Spidey posed up in a lot of poses, as well as change the wall in some different type of ways as well. Then on the side right over here, you have a different image of the figure posed up. And then on the right side just says Spider-Man Homecoming, etc., etc. On the box, just on the bottom, have some warning information and the figure posed up, Spider-Man Homecoming. So, very excited to open up this guy. So let's go ahead and open up the Spider-Man Homecoming SH Figuarts figure. Alright guys, so here I have the SH Figuarts Homecoming Spider-Man out of the packaging. Looking pretty sick. I like the way the paint is and the detailing. I do have some minor gripes about the figure, but other than that, I believe the figure is fantastic. Looking forward to getting the Mayfix Spidey as well. I heard that's a better figure. But overall, pleased with this figure. After I was kind of posing it around, messing around with the diorama pieces, he does come with a whole bunch of accessories. So let's go ahead and dive into those accessories, and then we'll go ahead and dive into the SH Figuarts Homecoming Spider-Man. Alright, so for starters, he does come with a little cell phone right over here. You can see a little LED screen right there. It's pretty small. I'm definitely not going to have him posed up with this. Comes with two other sets of eyes. Once the camera goes ahead and focus in, you guys can check them out. Kind of has like a bigger eye pose and some squinting eye poses right over there, so pretty cool. They're very, very small. That's the only bad part about it. Does come with a whole bunch of interchangeable hands. As you guys can see right over here, they're very small. I believe these are probably for holding the cell phone. You can see it has a little black kind of stitching right over here on the inside, and they all have very nice texturing on them, as you can see right there. Has light catches it. So it comes with two pairs of those. Comes with another pair for his web slinging hands right over here, so you can have them all over there with kind of a little thumbs up going to as well. Comes with some semi-open palm hands as well, which is pretty cool. And then he comes with an extra, well, not an extra, but some more kind of wide open hands right over here, which are done very well as well. Then he comes with kind of calmy hands right over here, as you guys can see, left and right. And then of course he comes with his signature Spider-Man hands right over here, so pretty sick. The pinky is not going down, but it is what it is. I rather have the pinky just like kind of curled down just a tiny bit, but this is pretty cool. Cannot complain. And he comes with a piece for his back, so when you take out the Spidey emblem on the back, he comes with this little piece that you just plug into the back. That way you can plug the base stand into it. That way you can get some pretty cool dynamic poses. Comes with a backpack as well, which is painted kind of like a tan color with some kind of black right over here for the zippers. And then has the black straps on the inside, and you just plug that into his back right over there too as well. So pretty cool. And he comes with a total of 3 web slinging accessories. See if I can get them right here. So they're just a translucent color. This is kind of like a like an attack webbing, if anything. You can kind of see how it's kind of bigger over right over here. And then he comes with the shorter one right over here as well, which is pretty cool. And then he comes with an even longer one right over here. This one's pretty long, so in case you want to have them web slinging and whatnot, this is probably the best option for you. I really do like it, so you guys don't have to use those zips that we get from the NECA figures. Then he comes with this little accessory right over here. Still don't know what this is yet, but hopefully I find out later on. Then he comes up with this other stand right over here for his waist. So he kind of opens just like that, so you can kind of have him hanging on the wall or against the wall. Then he comes with this kind of arm piece right over here, so you can put him in some pretty cool dynamic poses, and does have articulation in 3 different places on here. Kind of see the screw. And then he comes with a tool to take out the interchangeable eyes, so I really do dig that. Then he comes with this piece for the diorama. Still don't know what this one's for, but I have to read the instructions before I can go ahead and make any assumptions. Then he comes with another piece for the stand. I believe this is probably just for the rooftop, if anything, but pretty cool. And then he comes with this kick-ass stand. I think it's pretty awesome. I like how the paint is. Each brick is kind of different from one another. You kind of get these dark bricks right over here, which is pretty cool. Then we turn to the back. That's where you kind of plug in for the dynamic pieces and everything. Pretty cool. You can get a lot of options with these interchangeable walls. You can take them out and everything, and then you get like a little rooftop scene right there in the corner. That's how I'm probably gonna have it displayed, just like this over here. I like the paint applications and the sculpting on this building or wall, whatever you want to call it. I think it's fantastic. Really do like it. Can't say much about it. Still don't know how I'm gonna have my figure posed up with this, but hopefully I found out soon for you guys. Alright, so it turns out these 2 things are wall supporters. I was just reading the instructions. I would have not figured that out. Thank God they did come with instructions, but they are wall supporters. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, he does come with this cool little kind of logo piece. Really do like it. Very translucent. Like how it's kind of the effects where it's kind of like red right over here in the center, and just kind of gets lighter throughout, and you get these kind of like purple dots throughout it, which I really do like. And this is where you can kind of plug it in on the wall. So really do like this emblem. Alright, so here we have a close-up of the SH Figuarts Spider-Man, and I think it looks very cool. I'm going to go ahead and point out the gripes I have it about right now. And it's just some of the joints aren't very, they're not hidden. They have a lot of gaps, as you guys can see right over here on the shoulders. And over here on the inside you can see kind of like the inside of the swivel or the ball joint, and same thing goes for these little elbow pieces right over here. I know SH Figuarts always uses like some kind of swivel ball joint for that. I really don't like the way they execute it. It's not like with Mafex, they sculpt on the joints. So that's why I prefer Mafex figures over SH Figuarts, and plus the size as well. But I think this is a pretty awesome figure in case you guys are more of SH Figuarts fans instead of Mafex. I think the paint applications and the detailing and the sculpting on this figure are fantastic, and it's a pretty skinny figure as well. Also, a lot of people say that they think the figure is great on this this Spider-Man figure, but the only thing they complain about is probably just the face sculpt, is what I'm hearing. It's a pretty okay face sculpt. Could have been better. I believe the Mafex one has a better likeness to the movie. This one's pretty okay. It did a pretty good job. It comes in second. It's better than the Marvel Legends figure, of course. I mean, you're paying $70+ for an imported figure, so of course it's going to be good, but sometimes they're not. Just like the Mafex Superman. You can see right there, the paint applications on the figure are fantastic. The red is It's not super red, but it's kind of I don't know how to explain this red. It's just it's not a darker red, I could say. But going throughout, you can see the sculpting right over here on the blue right over here, which I think is fantastic. It's like little dots, and the little bands on his bicep and elbows are done pretty good. Love the way the spider emblem on the front was sculpted onto there. I really do like it, and it is raised as well. And I like the way they did the webbing on the chest. Same thing goes for abdomen and this little belt piece right over here. And when you go towards the legs, you can see the sculpting right over here in the line work. Still has that texturing going throughout it and the sculpting. And when you get to the legs, it's kind of the same old, same old. Get this black band. And then it does have little webbing at the bottom of his feet. Then when you look at the hands, he does come with little web shooters on his wrists, which is pretty cool. Really do dig that. Overall, like I said, this figure was executed very well. The only gripe that I have about mine, or just the Figuarts line in total, is, or in general, is just the joints aren't very hidden. And they're basically, you can see all the joints, which I don't like. It's not like Reveltech though, so because I know with Reveltech joints you see everything and anything. But overall, I really do love this figure. Alright, so for Spidey's articulation, his head can look down pretty good as well as look up. He does have two joints. He has the head joint and then the neck joint, which helps him look left and right as well as pivot left and right and rotate this 360. Arms has kind of a butterfly joint right over here that helps him kind of go down, inside, and backwards. And just when you see the joints aren't very hidden at all. So like I said, that's one of the gripes. And his arms don't go all the way out. So that's another gripe in the articulation section for that. No bicep swivel, but does move forward and back. Bends at 2 points at the elbow very well, so I can't complain about that. Hands fully rotate as well, hinge down and up or side to side, whatever way you have it. He has a upper diaphragm joint right up here that helps him pivot side to side, as well as rotate, and crunches a tiny bit forward, tiny bit back. Then he has an abdomen joint right over here that helps him go a tiny bit back. Mine's a little stiff, not going to take any chances, but it does crunch forward a pretty good, decent amount. It can do the splits about that much. Legs kick up pretty well, about that much, which is awesome. And kick backwards up to, or kicks even more back. It's because there's like, let's see, there's just 1, 2, 3 different joints at the legs to help them do all that stuff. And you can see right over here they sculpted the joints on the inside. Let me go ahead and zoom in for that for you guys. So right over here the ball joints are sculpted, so that is awesome. And has a upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees that move pretty good. Feet hinge down and up, rotate 360 as well, and he does have the ankle pivots, and he does have the toe articulation as well. So it's pretty sick. So in case you want to put him in a landing pose, you can. So overall, really do like the figure. Articulation is great. The only bad thing is you can't have his arms spread out. That's the only bad piece about it. Other than that, I really do like the figure. So in case you guys wanted to know how to put on the backpack, it's pretty easy. So you kind of just put it through his right arm, and it does kind of peg out right over here on the right strap. So of course you loop it right there, go over his left shoulder, plug it into his back right with a little peg in the center of the backpack, and just peg the strap into the backpack. And let's see if I can get it on camera. There we go. So boom, you have Spider-Man with his backpack on. Thought it was going to be a little tricky. I thought you would have to take out some of the shoulder joints or something, but don't have to. Really, looks pretty cool with the backpack on and everything, so I really do dig that. And just in case you guys wanted to take out the eyes and interchange them, you just pop off the head as so. He has like this little top piece right over here, kind of just like the Hot Toys Batman. and you just get the tool and peg him out right over here with the two little plugs on the inside. It's a pain to put on because I have freaking Shrek fat fingers, so I'm not gonna do it on camera, but that's how you would do it. And you just place it back on the top, and it just slides in, which is pretty cool. So no using man effort to destroy this awesome Spider-Man figure. And just in case you guys wanted to know how the display wall works, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a couple examples. With this one with the little hook on the inside, so you can kind of place, let's just say for example right here on this little top peg. So you would just push it in, and then you would kind of have Spider-Man posed up on the very top right over there. So you can't see it, but now you can. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an example, just like probably this right here. Not a very good example, but yeah, you get the idea. And then the other plug that you can use is the kind of awesome one, as I would put it. So you kind of just peg it on, let's just say for example this one, gonna have Spider-Man kind of slinging from wall to wall if you want to, and then you would just plug this little back piece into the figure on the very back, and just like so. It's not doing it. Let's see. And boom, just as so. You can kind of have them kind of posed up, shooting with his little web crawling hands or whatever, how you ever want to do it. Just as so. Sorry if I'm fucking up, but it is what it is. But pretty cool. Don't know how I'm gonna have him display with this stand. Still thinking about it. Still don't know. I mean, the reason why is just there's so many options. So that's the best thing about this figure. Alright, so here I have the SH Figuarts Spider-Man next to the Marvel Legends Homecoming Spider-Man. And you guys can see the size difference and everything. And I believe the SH Figuarts has a better body tone to it than the Marvel Legends. And then here he is next to the Juggernaut series Wolverine figure. And Wolverine stands, well, they kind of stand about just the same height. Alright guys, so here I have the the SH Figuarts Spider-Man all posed up for you guys. And in case you guys are Spider-Man fan or SH Figuarts fans, I would highly recommend this figure. It's very awesome. I really do love it. Love the posability on it. Love the wall display and everything. A lot of poses you can get with this guy, especially with that wall stand. Really do dig this figure. And like I said, I would recommend it. I think it's a superb figure, probably top 10 of the year, until I get my hands on the Mayfic Spider-Man and see how that one is. Well, anyways guys, thanks for watching my video. If you guys like my videos, go ahead and thumbs up and also subscribe. Follow my Instagram account, AJWatt Reviews, for toy pickups and toy news. Once again guys, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great week.